Hey everybody. Today I want to bring awareness to caregiver burnout, especially a spousal caregiver. By the own experience from my family and by the working with people and families who take care of seniors living with dementia and Alzheimer's over 10 years, I just wanted to say something about the couples specifically. It is very hard on a spouse to take care of their loved one, right? It's a wife or the husband's always taking care of the other spouse, right? And the children or other family is many times are unaware of the problem because couples been together for 50, 60 years and they cover up for each other's shortcomings. And it so happens that family is usually unaware, and it is crucial for family to pay attention because the spouse that's taking care of the other spouse who is declining in memory, and they're not going to tell the family that they're burned out and that something is really wrong because they don't want to be separated. They have an anxiety, they're scared. And it so happens sometimes that that spouse health fails, they end up in the hospital with the fall, or even sometimes die from being stressed out and having heart problems. And then family is just end up with a mess. It's very stressful. It's absolutely total distress for the family. I've seen it in my own family how stressful it is, and in many families I've worked with. Because that time when the spouse who was a caregiver ends up in the hospital or passes away, then the family realizes how much of a cognition impairment and how much trouble is mom or dad in. And they're unable to cope, they cannot take off work and just sit with them, and they're scrambling for care, and it's just very stressful. Sometimes family puts more pressure than on mom or dad to perform, to, be better, but the state that that spouse is in is not just a loss of memory, it's a loss of a support of a loved one. And sometimes if the spouse that was taking care of the other half is passed away, it's a grief compounded on everything else, and it's just very hard to transition them into a senior living. So I just wanted to let everybody know, please, please be aware of your family members. If it's a caregiver, especially a spouse, if it's your mom and dad living together and mom or dad is taking care of the of the spouse, you have to pay attention and just be vigilant and look for subtle signs. Don't ask them openly, are you burned out? Is everything okay? They're probably not going to tell you. But please be vigilant. It's gonna help the caregiver and help you in the long run. You have to look for signs and try to transition mom and dad or just the spouse with the memory decline to a proper living arrangement, to a senior living assistance, because the more you wait, the harder it will be on your family and on the spouse. And the spousal burnout is the worst that I've seen. It's very hard. It's the person you always relied on. It's the person you've been together for years, and it's very hard to admit that they're gone. Okay. So, anyways, this is just a little awareness, and if you're interested in more, I can always share more. Okay. Let me know. Take care.